Good afternoon, everyone. It is February 27th, 2018. I'm Eric. How's everyone doing? Here I am at the Free Thought Project record show. Sheriff is deceiving public on Florida shooter as their failure virtually let it happen. And this comes from Matt Argust. And let me tell you, this guy right here is a fucking dickhead. And worse. Parkland, Florida. As more information continues to come out on the utter failure of police and FBI in stopping the overt and obvious threat that was Nikolas Cruz, it now appears that the public is being deceived. According to records obtained from the Broward County Sheriff's Office, police were told about the Florida shooter nearly twice as much as they've admitted. According to a report by, of all fucking news agencies, CNN, records obtained from the Sheriff's Office by CNN show the law enforcement agency received at least 45 calls for service relating to Cruz or his brother from 2008 to 2017 before the attack at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland on February 14th. The Sheriff's Office has insisted it received no more than 23 calls for service regarding Cruz or his family. And here's a tweet from one of the, or from that douchebag from above. In the interest of full transparency, we are making available the list of all 23 calls for service at the Cruz home. 18 involved Nikolas Cruz. None appeared arrestable under Florida law. However, 2 of the calls remain under internal investigation. According to the report, the Sheriff's Office has repeatedly refused to answer questions in regard to the glaring differences in their records show versus what they are telling the public. Instead, they have doubled down on the original number. Here's a quote from CNN. On February 15th, CNN received a Broward County Sheriff's Office log based on a public records request showing 39 calls from Cruz house over a 6-year period. During CNN's town hall on the Parkland shooting last Wednesday, NRA Representative Dana Loesch confronted Sheriff Israel about those 39 calls, though she inaccurately described them as being 39 visits from police in 1 year. The next day, at a press conference, in the wake of growing public criticism, Israel said his agency has been involved in 23 type calls involving the killer in some way, shape, or form, or his brother. Once more, over the weekend, the Sheriff's Office again stated the lower number instead of what the actual report from their own department shows and claimed that the 39 number was not true. Since 2008, BSO responded to 23 incidents where previous contact was made with the killer or his family. Stop reporting 39. It's simply not true. Read the statement from the sheriff's office. And of course, here's the statement from the sheriff's office. But I'm not going to sit here and read to you a bunch of bald-faced fucking lies. According to the department's own logs, however, which show the calls, the Broward County Sheriff's Office actually received 45 calls in the past in relation to Cruz, or the Cruz household. So yeah, I mean, they dropped the ball majorly. And instead of blaming who should be blamed, the people still want to blame an inanimate object that, without human operation, cannot harm anybody. And they're fucking moving forward with this. They're moving forward fast. So, perhaps this can be a 2-in-1 here. Alright, so here's another article on the Free Thought Project. Teacher says Florida shooter was in full body armor, face mask, and she thought he was a cop. And that's pretty much what I envisioned when I heard this. Okay. A teacher at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School said she encountered the man who reportedly shot and killed 17 people, and she initially believed he was a police officer based on the body armor he was wearing and the unidentifiable firearm he was shooting in her direction. Stacy Lapel, a creative writing teacher at the school, told Good Morning America that the Valentine's Day rampage began with a fire drill, which forced all of her students out of the classroom and into the hallway. Within seconds, gunshots rang out, and as students began panicking and screaming, she said she ushered them back into her classroom. Quote, I don't know how many kids were there, or were in there, but I was pulling them and getting them in, and shouting at them to get in the room, and then I suddenly saw the shooter about 20 feet from me, standing at the end of the hallway, actively shooting down the hallway, Lapel said, just as a barrage of bullets, and I'm staring at him thinking, why are the police here? This is strange, because he's in full metal garb, helmet, face mask, bulletproof armor, shooting this rifle that I've never seen before. Other reports have claimed that suspected gunman Nicholas Cruz was wearing body armor at the time of the shooting. CNN reported that Cruz was a member of a group chat on Instagram where, in addition to sharing details about the firearms he owned, making racist comments, and sharing his desire to commit mass murder, he also said he had purchased body armor. In one message, Cruz wrote, guys, I got paid $330. I'm buying body armor. He then posted receipts that documented his purchase and asked the group if it was legal to wear body armor in school. When a member asked why he wanted to know, Cruz replied, "School shooters." This was far from the first time Cruz warned that he planned to commit mass murder or to carry out a school shooting. He spelled it out clearly on YouTube, leaving comments that said, "I'm going to be a professional school shooter," that he was going to kill law enforcement one day. Yet despite multiple credible reports to the FBI and at least 20 calls, and we just learned that it was more like 45 calls to local police that warned of death threats from Cruz, law enforcement did nothing to attempt to prevent the shooting. Again, I find it very hard to believe that at very least they let it happen. And by the way, just because he bought body armor, it does not account for the rest of it. Right? That's just, I have some body armor. And, it doesn't account for a helmet, face mask, and the armor type pants that she described before. Or somebody. I don't know if it's her or not. So, was it him or not? What do you think? Do you think the girl, the initial witness, the one I said looked like she was in her 20s, do you think she would have mentioned all that being on Cruz? The body armor, the helmet, the face mask, having the rifle, having the smoke grenades. Do you think she would have mentioned all that in that interview? It seems to me very likely that she would have. Just saying. Anyway, I thought I'd share this with you. Hope everyone has a great day, and remember, kill the state, live free.